Welcome to another beautiful episode on this segment on Daybreak Africa. I am Angela Daku. Today we'll be talking about the study of theatre art and its impact on the Nigerian culture. Well, with me to discuss this today is a lecturer from the Department of Theatre Arts in Adeyemi Federal University of Education, Ondo, in person of Benga Dari. It's nice to have you on the program, sir.
It's a pleasure
to
be with you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
Going straight to today's business, firstly, I would like for you to explain what art is.
Art. Well, when we talk of art, a lot of things come to mind. First, we can look at art from the angle of expression, imaginative expression, creative expression of people. But we can go beyond that, because by the time we look at the role art plays in our society, we can also see art as a universal language. It's a means of expression, it's a means of people using their creativity to communicate feelings, to communicate ideas, to communicate their experience to members of the society. When we look at it critically, we will look at it from the angle of the visual arts. Those are the ones we see with our eyes. Fine. And there, what comes to the fore is the aesthetics, the beauty that we see. Painting, sculpture, and so on. But beyond that, art goes beyond the visual arts. There are other forms of art. Music is one. Music affects individual in a way that you can't just explain. You listen to music, you are touched, your soul is lifted, your spirit is elated. So there is a beauty in arts that transcends the physical, that you can see. So when we talk about, we must understand it that basically is a work that shows people's expression and their creativity, product of imagination, because what we get there is imagined, it's not real. Okay. But we know that every art reflects life. It's a reflection of life.
Well, what would you have to say about the creation of theatre arts when it was established and the purpose for which it was established?
Well, when we talk of theatre, that's performance. It started in Athens. That is a theory, a part of this history, the origin of theatre. And when we talk of theatre in Athens, is a product of a religious festival, the worship of a Greek god, Dionysus. So it's from that worship, the worship of that god, the rites of worship, that theater emerged. So the city of Athens, where the rite is performed, created a festival in honor of Dionysus. And there is entertainment, there is music, dance, there is mime. All these competitions were arranged to keep people busy. The major aim is to entertain them, to keep people that comes for the festival busy, because they spend weeks, days there. So it's like a pilgrimage. So while they are there, they are involved in all these activities. So it's to entertain. But from there, the presentation of drama evolved. Aeschylus, Sophocles, Euripides. These are the three great Greek tragedians that we know. They brought theater to the fore there. So they present plays. And those plays reflect relationship of between man and God. It's attached to religion, spirituality. So when it started, it really didn't start as a form of art to actually, you know, entertain per se. It was from religion. Gradually, it started separating itself from religion to the secular. And today, what we know as theater art, it's a different ballgame entirely. Yeah, society can't do without it because it's one means by which we've been able to communicate with ourselves. So the purpose, it's essentially good. Performance, apart from the fact that it enhances our creativity, it expands our imagination too. There is something you cannot imagine. Not to even talk at the level we have taken theater arts to this day. The film, that's the electronic media. Then stage, you look at it everywhere. The internet, people present skits and other things online. So it has gone far. It has gone far. So from the beginning to the present, we could see that theater has evolved. Something that started in a city of Athens, attached to a Greek god. The first actor is Thespis. We call him, that's why theater artists are called thespian. And he's a priest of Dionysus. But during the worship, what dominates the worship is music, the rendering of hymns by chorus. But Thespis, the priest, brought in dialogue. He started talking to the chorus. He responds to what they said, they respond to what he said. That was how drama started. That was our dialogue. And from there, people like Aeschylus brought performance into it fully. 2 actor, 3 actor, later 4. Now the form we have now. A performance could take like 20, 50, a cast of 100, like the Titanic now. The cast is almost going to thousands, people that are involved and so on. So from that little beginning, it has grown. And as it was growing and developing, the purpose keeps growing too. Today, society can't do without theater arts. We can't do without arts. It's important. So it's key.
Wow. You made mention of the establishment coming from the aspect of religion, that's the beliefs and spirituality. So how can you explain further towards the relationship and more like an intense explanation?
Okay, the relationship between theater, let me say arts in general, and spirituality is deep. You can't separate art from spirituality. The mind will begin to look at spirituality from the angle of relationship with God, then the understanding of the fact that there is the other self that is higher than you. Then definitely you cannot remove art from it, because art reflects our reality and things we cannot actually comprehend are things we try to express with our hearts. Don't forget that I said imagination is key to arts. So what you can't see, what you cannot visualize, you can imagine. Nobody has seen God. So the idea of God is an abstraction. But in art, we create that space and time to build an image of God for people. I'm not a witch, nor a wizard, and I've never been to their meetings. But we watch in theater performance, so what they do, the way they, so you begin to imagine, but look, even if you have never been one, is this real, is it true? But imagination of people. So there is a way arts and spirituality is bonded. They cannot be separated, because you discover that even your creativity is a product of your belief. Andel is a songwriter. We talk of classical music, all those music, hallelujah, chorus, this and that. There is nowhere you find yourself, you listen to that music, that will not still be touched or lifted. If it is prepared and well rendered, the way it's. And it's pure arts. Different notes, different, the level and so on. So it's creativity coming together. But it's located in religion. Initially, I was talking about, the accepted origin for theater is in Greek. But I'm not a Greek person. I am an African. And in Africa too, theater evolved from religion. The traditional festivals, the masquerades, because performance is you imitation of reality. So what we find in masquerade, dance, and all this traditional folklore are those things that constitute theater. The masquerade will dance, there will be audience. People will watch the masquerade. You don't dance alone. People will watch you. So he's the performer. The audience standing around him, they are the audience. The place where he's dancing or whichever, whether it's the village center and so on, becomes the stage. So, and you also look at some of the traditional festivals. It has theatrical elements. The use of costume is there. Ogun Festival in Ondo here, when you come around, you see people painted in white, blue, and so on.
Yeah.
And people are entertained. They dance, they do all kind of things and so on. Fine. At another level, people will talk of conflicts not being there and so on. But when you follow a lot of the things that they do, stories are created from festivals and from... So even in church drama is a product of religious activities. The priests discovered that, people were not allowed to read Bible initially. So everybody didn't have access to the Holy Bible. It's only the priests. So the laity were in the dark. And after preaching, talking, and so on, they felt, fine, there is need to get them involved. And that was how some sets of priests started. They got approval from the Pope. And they started presenting the birth of Christ in drama. They started working on the resurrection of Christ and so on. So what people see, there is that power that theater has. Sight, your sense of sight is involved. You can hear, your hearing, sense, all the senses are involved in. And research has proven that you don't forget what you see. You can forget what you hear, but what you have seen forever. When you see something, you will know. Look, this is this. So it's that power. And that was how they started presenting it in church. Somebody will pretend she's Mary. She will cover her face. She will say, my son is... They will go to somebody will pretend to be an angel. Behold, he's no longer here. He has risen. Go and meet, and so on. And they discovered it became more effective than just opening the Bible and reading. And that was how church drama evolved. So, whichever way we want to look at theater, at religion, and that's why you can't separate it from spirituality. There is that bond, there is that link there. And if you say that art is an expression of, fine, so it expresses belief too. There are dance steps. For those of us that are in theater art, we know it's expressive. Dance is expressive. When you are happy, the way you dance is different from when you are sad. And so on. So all those things are its implication for a performer. And I would want us to understand the fact that whichever way we want to look at it, our life, we're a spirit being. So, and because we're a spirit being, we are gifted. So everybody is a performer. Because naturally we imitate. If you don't imitate, you can't be who you are.
That's true.
A baby you give birth to is a baby, is a child. But the baby watches people around him. From there, he realizes that he's the only one that is stagnant, staying at the same point. So he begins to crawl. he discovered people are standing. She's the one dragging what he will stand one day and you'll be happy, you'll be clapping. He will encourage one day he will take one step, little by little. Then he begins to walk. If there is one sister that is Angela around that place, you will hear the baby voice say Angela, because people are saying Angela, Angela. One day he will say Angela and he will start his imitation. So it's natural in us, it's innate, it's inborn. So you see young guys going before the mirror, painting their faces, using lipstick. When somebody knocks, they will run. They imitate mommy. When we were growing up, we practiced daddy and mommy. We will cook grass. We will say we are feeding a baby. We will look for a doll. Don't cry, and so on. All these are natural things in man. So it's there. So when you now have a privilege and an opportunity to give an outlet, or an outlet to give expression to it. It's beautiful. And that's what theater art does.
Well, having given us the purpose of the establishment of theater art, what impact do you think it has had in Nigerian culture?
Well, the impact is much, though we don't feel it directly.
Okay.
But the impact is much. When we look at the Nigerian society, we will discover that in Nigeria, as a nation, we have diverse culture, diverse tribes, and so on. So, but with the multitude or the varieties of all these things that we have, theater has been able to blend, to merge those things together for us. You would see an Igbo man rendering Shina Peter's music. Ayefele, they will dance to it. You will see a Yoruba man dancing to Bongozikwe, all these old songsters, even from the Igbo land. So there is a blend. When you look at Nigerian music, the highlife, for example, now you find Igbo, Yoruba, all of them. And the music has a universal language. Whatever language it is, people respond to it. And that's the way of arts. And beyond that, let's look at national development and national orientation. Theater has contributed so much. You talk of Mansa, it's for mobilization of the people. Because we have various problems in our country, because of the diverse culture, tradition, tribes, and so on. Unity is a challenge in Nigeria. But theater has helped to promote unity in our land. It has done that a great deal. You would see various campaigns where theater has been used to. The family planning that used to be a radio program, Abule Olokemefa or Olokemeta, theater is used there to educate people, to inform them on the needs to go for family planning, not to have 10, 15 children, and so on. All these are. So in Nigeria, theater has been used so much to advance national unity, national development, and cohesion in our. Then you discover that even in our performances, Nigeria has a national troupe, which is for performance. It's a coordinated thing for the country, and there you find the various culture, various tradition, and so on being managed. They try as much as possible to bring all these various cultural traditions together. Then they promote. So theater arts promote Nigerian culture and tradition. You find it in several ways, several areas. There are things you might not have directly experienced, but through theatrical arts, you come across them in stage performance, in plays, and so on. There are songs I know. Now, I'm not Igbo, I'm not Hausa, but I will render songs from there. There are dances I would do very well. But I learned them because of performance, theater, art, and so on. So we do, it has done a lot for our national unity. And don't forget that for national growth too. Because I look at theater, art, you said theater, that's performance. Then arts, when we break it down, it's wide. Mime is part of the arts. Dance is part of it. Music is it. Stage drama is part of it. The electronic form, the films, and so, we talk of Nollywood. Fine. What Nollywood has done for Nigeria, the money is raking in for Nigeria. The promotion of the name Nigeria through Nollywood, all over Africa, all over the world. Look at Nigerian music. Maybe all these our artists, Wizkid, Davido, all the places they have gone. So you will see that art generally is a means to propagate the ideals of any society. And the impact is much. That was why I said, economically, fine. It's a means of livelihood. I teach theater arts. So it's a means of livelihood. I'm involved in performance. I make money from it. I take part in movie. I present stage play. So the impact is much. And it's one area that people can venture into. And, you know, apart from enjoying what you are doing, you'll be smiling to the bank. Because it won't be a burden to you. Performing, acting, it won't be a burden. And when we look at the art itself, so much units. Costuming, that's an area. Some people are only involved in providing costumes. There is a center in Ondo here. Anything you need, go there, you rent it. The guy doesn't do anything. If you get there, it's not there. You will use for, you will call. Please, I want to rent a crown, a king. Different types, the type you like. Oh, there is a wedding scene in my play, so I need a wedding gown. You pay. You can't get spoiled. You pay, he makes money. The things, he catch them there. You know? And people can come rent and go. That's just an aspect. Costuming alone. Technical aspect. The lights, stage construction. We know the actors. Fine, they are the one we see. We can begin to mention names. They are the one we see. So people are so much concerned with them. But the cameramen, people that are behind the scene. Then when you look at even the structure, you will discover that a lot of openings are there. It's for some, the marketers are there. When you watch Nigerian movie, they're being paid your lane. Something, you do more to Lagos. That's another line. Those ones, you don't even see them. But you can't survive without them. In Nigerian theater scene and so on. The other area it's where we are lacking is the area of people going to cinema, movie, theater. People don't watch stage play, and it's painful. When we started in Nigeria, it was not like that. It was a stage play. Uba Togunde that started the first Nigerian actor. It was traveling theater. It was moving its performance from town to town. Stage play. So the Baba Salas, we know Moses Alai, Yakola Gumala, all of them started with stage play. There were cinemas in Ibadan, in Lagos and other places. People go to the theater to watch. When people go to the theater, you know, there is this, it speaks volume. It's only an environment where there is peace, there's serenity, and so on, conviviality, love, and so on, that people can go to theater and watch. Not now in the present Nigeria, where Boko Haram you can't even go out. Anybody can kidnap. So it's not safe. It's part of the things that has killed our theater. So, and beyond that, when you go there, you are able to communicate, commune. I will see you, I will talk to you, meet you, talk, I will meet other people, we will talk, we will share. The performance itself, after the presentation, we continue to talk. Human beings talk to human beings. That thing, this and that, and it helps to create changes in the society. It breeds a lot of things. The present generation have missed that. My generation enjoyed it a little, a little. When I was growing up, I know I had opportunity to watch performances. They brought stage play to my school, secondary school, Funlayo Ranko and some other names. Not the present generation, I don't know. It's not like that. So we are in the whole of Nigeria, as at 2020, 77 movie theater. And those movie theaters, most of them are owned by multinationals and so on. So for you to even, so to stage a play becomes a problem. We have the National Art Theatre. It's not meant for the general purpose. Peck Repertory Theatre in Lagos, just few ones. The Institutional Theatre, the Ojudu in Ife is for performance. P Theatre in Ife, they have two there. I know Uniben has, then Unical, then Unijust. Except for those institutional-based theatre. And it's only even in institutions that you still find that culture thriving. It is in Afwed here, we have tried. We present plays, we bring people, but you discover that because that culture has not been there, you present a play, you would see just 20 people, 30 people coming to watch a performance. And to present a play, what goes into it? The night rehearsals, all the rehearsals, and so you'll be disappointed. Just 20 people. It discourages. Next time you won't. So it's good that we're talking about this. Maybe government will look into it. They can assist. Then schools too will look inward. Gone were the days when we used to have dramatic society in schools and so. Today, you want to be involved in drama. Some teacher would say you are not serious. What do you want to get involved? If you are not a science student, you are not a student. It's a problem. So, but it's a social thing. It's a society that has created that problem.
Thank you so much for your time, sir. It's been wonderful having you on this segment.
Good.
You'll agree with me that this has been a beautiful discourse so far. Till I come your way next time, I am Angela Daku.